there guys, gals, and non-binary pals, GM Potter here. Welcome to my channel where I review books and bookish things. I try to upload most Thursdays and alternating Tuesdays. And if you like what you see, please consider subscribing. Today we are doing another blind date with a book, again from Spellbound Books, the home of the blind date for a book. This is the blind date with a book, pick your own genre, mystery books, and today, in preparation for spooky season, which it's always spooky season, even though I'm in Texas and it's 1,012 degrees all year, especially this year, we are doing horror. So let's get into it. Alright, so like I said, this is from Spellbound Books on Etsy. I will have them linked below. All opinions are my own. Who else's would they be? This is not sponsored in any way. That I purchased this with my own money. I just like unboxing books and I like getting books, and sometimes I want a little surprise. It's like a birthday kind of deal. These are regular price of $8.49, and I chose the cardstock bookmark, but there's also an option of a laminated and a laminated with tassel bookmark. And they have all sorts of genres to choose from. They have general fiction, general nonfiction, romance, mystery, crime, thriller, suspense, historical fiction, young adult. They've got all sorts. I think they even have children's and middle grade books. I think the children's books you might get more than one book because they're shorter. But yeah, check them out. I'll have them linked down below. So let's get into this. And just like last time, it has the little "This Book Belongs To" with my name, and the bookmark is super cute. So this one's only one-sided, but it's got this pretty gold foil of these little leaves and I guess berries. Yeah, leaves and berries, and then it's just blank on the other side, which, like I said last time, I like the paper bookmarks that I get on these because I can take quick notes as I'm reading, and this way if I come across a term or a phrase or something that I haven't heard before, something I want to look up and I guess fact check and ruin the story as I'm reading, I can write a quick note while I'm reading instead of stopping what I'm doing, putting the bookmark in, and doing this whole rigmarole. I can just keep reading and then go back to it later and remember what I was thinking about. So it's easier for me. So, but this is Blind Date with a Horror. We have a mysterious doctor, a boy injected with a strange substance, an odyssey of terror. So here's that. Again, very interesting. And like I said last time, they used good yarn. Like, I'm wondering if the person who puts these together, I think the card said the name was Katie. I wonder if she does knitting or crochet, because she has good taste in yarn. Like, this is very soft. Even with the metallic stripe through it, it's still very soft. It's got a good twist to it. So, you might be able to tell, underneath the table behind me on this shoulder is all of my yarn and fabric scraps. I am addicted to crafting. So, but let's get into the book. Oh, it's a Dean Koontz. Oh, and I think this is, are we missing pages? No. Okay, well, So, it's a Dean Koontz. Nothing is the same by the light of the moon. I've tried reading Dean Koontz. I reviewed one of his books. It was, what was the name of it? The Other Emily, and it was just, it had a twist at the end, which it's horror, suspense, thriller type book. It should. But it was so out there, and it was like, really? Like, really? And I read another one of his in high school because This was the only time a librarian has ever steered me wrong. And this was a substitute librarian at my high school. It wasn't my regular high school librarian. She had called out sick, so they grabbed one of the librarians from the other middle school. We had 2 middle schools in my district. At that time, we have 3. There's 3 now. But the middle school that I didn't go to, she worked at that middle school, and she went to our high school to fill in. And she noticed that I was returning a bunch of Stephen King books. And she's like, "Oh, you should try Dean Koontz." And we had a Dean Koontz book, and I'm like, okay, Dean Koontz, he's like Stephen King. No. Yeah, I think I blocked that out until just now, because I don't think I finished it, so I don't count it as having read it, because it was just the prose was just so bad, but I will give him another shot. People in the comments on my review for The Other Emily said that that's one of his weirder ones, that's not one of his best ones, that I should give him another shot. I will try. So the blurb is, on the road on a hot Arizona night, Dylan O'Connor is overpowered by a stranger who injects him with an unknown substance. All he's told is that he's the carrier, not of a disease, but of something wondrous that will transform his life in remarkable ways, if it doesn't kill him in the next 24 hours. Now Dylan and his autistic brother Shep and another carrier, a young woman, are swept into a desperate search for shattering truth of what they are and what they might become, but first they must elude those sent to destroy them. Their only chance to survive is to discover the meaning of the messages that Shep, with precious time running out, begins to repeat about a man who does his work by the light of the moon. I'll try it. I will. I'll try it. But as of right now, I don't care. Oh, these are, and you might be able to tell, this is a used book. It is labeled as excellent by Shayna. And excellent 2020 by M. So I think that just says Shayna. Oh, other way. Shayna. And then excellent 2020 M. My grandmother did that. She would put her rating and the date and her initials in books, and it always bothered me because I do not write in my books. That's why I like the paper bookmarks, so I can write notes on the paper bookmark. I only write notes in the book if the book is so bad that I can't stand it, or if there's spelling errors in the book. That's the only time I ever write in a book, is if it's bad. So to me, it's defacing a book. I know a lot of people like to notate. There's a lot of notation kits, and I'm like, ooh, these are so cool looking, and I want to do that, but I just can't bring myself to write in the book. To me, it just feels disrespectful to the author. Like, they put all this hard work in there, and then I'm just scribbling on it. Like, I feel bad for the author, I feel bad for the book. It's almost like I'm hurting the book's feelings. So, and I would say this one is not a gently used book, because, it's not gently used, but it's all the pages are there. I did a quick check, and I don't know, I'll try it. Oh, I just noticed that the blurb on the back from Publishers Weekly, the starred review, mentions 9/11. So they already lost me, and they're just losing me more. Perhaps more than any other author, Koontz writes fiction perfectly suited to the mood of America post-September 11th. Novels that acknowledge the reality and tenacity of evil, but also the power of good, that celebrate the common man and woman, that at their best entertain vastly as they uplift. By the Light of the Moon is one of those best, exciting, and deeply moving. Yeah, I'll try it. We'll see. This one, it's in not great condition. so I'll probably end up recycling it. On paper, the book selections are great. Like Dean Koontz, he's very popular. He's very like known, and it's not the obvious choice. The obvious choice is Stephen King, and so Dean Koontz, while he's very popular and also very prolific, is not like the known choice that Stephen King is. It's just, I don't know. I'm not jazzed. If you want to check them out, they're very modestly priced, especially for Blind Date with a Book. A lot of them that I've been seeing on Etsy lately have been very expensive, like $50 for a book, a used book. Like, it's not even a new book, it's a used book, and it's $50, and I'm like, I know prices are going up everywhere, but my local used bookstore, like not the Goodwill, but like an actual good bookstore, if you know, Half Price Books, amazing. Also not sponsored. They're start at like $2. Sometimes you can find them for $1 at the one here in Garland. Like, they still have some clearance books for $1. Like, most of them are $2 or $3 now because pricing goes up, inflation, whatever. But I found a couple that were still only $1 in clearance. You can still find cheap books. Like, there's no reason a used book should be $50 unless, like the book I bought at half price last time I was there, first edition of The Dead Zone, $50. Yes, that I will spend $50 for a used book on that, but that's completely different. But yeah, I will have Spellbound books linked down below. And yeah, if you want to give them a shot, they're very modestly priced, and I'll see you in the next one.